Okay, so we're going to try this again. So this is a follow-up on the attempt that we made yesterday in automating some verification of the LinkedIn profile by email tool that we worked on yesterday for the SourceCon group. What we'd like to do is take a list of email addresses and validate those. But if you have a long list, you end up opening 30, 100 tabs, whatever it is, right? And then you have to go look at each one of those tabs to see if it was valid. That's real drag. But I think I figured it out. At least I got a working function. Uh, so let's take a look. This is what we have right now. Let's just take this out. Actually, take this out. I'll take all this out. We're going to use a different method. Oops. We're going to use this method. The reason is using the other method, we don't actually get a page to load. So there's nothing to check against. Whereas if we use this method, it gives us something, right? So we have some elements here that we can check on. And so what we'll do is, if it's not a match, then we can look in here and say, I don't know, yeah, this class name. Document element by class name, zoom it to one, text, right? Yeah, there we go. And then if it says something went wrong, then we know that that wasn't what we wanted, right? So we can alert ourselves to that. We'll use the test function. If you're not familiar with the test function, essentially it's checking a regular expression to see if it's true. If it's true, we're going to do something. If it's not true, we'll do something else. It's just returning a true or false. And so here we're saying if it's true, close that window. So let's check it out. We don't need that top variable, but it's there. So run this. It's true. Boom, it closed. Great. So we don't have to look at it. But what if it's false? Else if, or else. Oh, so something to know about if else, if you're using that at all. I don't know that it's really documented. Or I'm sure it is actually, but when you say if, you do some stuff, and then you say else if. You don't need to do that, right? Like, I mean, it's your preference, I guess, but you can just say if, right? You don't have to do the else if. No. You can. It's your preference. There are some nuances there where you might want to use else if, but in those examples, you probably would just want to use switch. But anyway, I don't use else if because I find it distracting. All right, so else, meaning if it's false, we're going to do something else. But let's not get there yet. Instead, let's build a function to pass a bunch of these into this function. Right? And then we'll pass this item through. And then we can throw in some emails here and check a few emails, right? So we'll do this one. I know this one's going to be true. This one, I'm pretty false. I don't think I've ever tied this email in. And this one should be true as well. Then we'll say contain for each. If you're not familiar with the for each function, look it up. But for each email, we'll use an arrow function. Email, we'll run this function, pass the email through it. Hopefully this will work. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it worked. The one that's not valid got closed. Cool, right? Pretty sweet. What if it is? Maybe we want to do some other stuff if it is. Right? I don't know. Maybe we want to send it to a spreadsheet. We know how to do that. Let's do that. But first, before we get there, we probably should create something to be able to pass this in from a user prompt so that it's a one-click bookmarklet method. So let's create an element to do that. Create this function to do it. Generate text box. All right. I don't want to rewrite this crap. Not entirely. So I think that's in here. Right side. Enter button. Placeholder. Blah, blah. Okay, we'll grab all this. We're going to clean out all these comments. And we don't need this for loop because we're just going to do one big text box. And text area. Not test area, text area. Ready, box, text. Looks good. Don't need a placeholder. Figure out what you're doing. All right, if you don't know what all this stuff does, I want to say there's a video associated with this. Thought there was. Let's check the README. Pretty confident there is video with this. Oh no, there's video with this. No, you should have gone to SourceCon. I went over it there. All right. So I'm trying to change this window size. Bear with me. All right. Now we need to call this function to get it to actually run, because if we just press enter, nothing will happen. There we go. Now we have this little text box. The reason we're doing a text box is because we want multi-line, because I'm assuming it's probably going to be dropping in this list of emails from like an Excel file or something. And so I'm going to use a regular expression to grab each new line, right? And then we'll do that. But let's fill out this box a little more. I mean, we can adjust it, but let's just make it. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I didn't actually make any functions that do that. But first, let's fix this area. Height is. Let's go in here and grab the event listeners. At least this one for now. And we'll grab them. We'll go ahead and clean this up too. Need any of that. So here's where we're actually going to pass through the function that we wrote previously that we were testing. So, might need to do that a different way. So let me comment that out for now. And let's fix what we just messed up here. There we go, that's better, right? Okay. Oh, what we can do is, yeah, so we'll have this return the data we want, right, to that other function, which will then open. So this button will do the translating of the data that people are passing into that. So thinking I want people to be able to add in different types of data, like for now, let's grab some emails. All right, here's some emails. So essentially this is what you might do in a live scenario. You click your little bookmarklet that we'll create. You'll run this, you'll drop this in there, and then let's call that data here. So we'll say get element by the, I don't know, what's this ID? Go. Oh, yeah. Cool. User input, why not? And say user input. What we do is look for each new line. So every time we find one, and we are going to replace it this, so that essentially we're creating an array or pseudo array more specifically. We'll do the same thing at the front of it, right? And then to make it an array, we can say new, or actually we can, I think we can just say JSON parse and this will do what we're asking. And we can pass that array through the function that we made, right? So really think about this before I get started, so I'm just kind of around here. It's normal. Let's throw this all into JS Fiddle and get it cleaned up. Okay. All right. Now we got that. All right. So when that button is clicked, we want to run this function to get this and then do our other stuff, I guess, too, right? Back. Right. So this function needs to run last. Right. We should just be able to throw this all in there. It's not super clean, but should just be able to throw it all in here. Say and we also probably should iterate the time. So let's throw in another variable here, and argument, I should say. And then n times for every iteration. We'll wait a second so that we don't get, might not need a whole second. Let's do like 7 seconds. And it doesn't work the way we did it. All right, let's just do it without the iterator for now and see if it works. All right. So when we hit that send to sheets button, then should happen is oh, let's see. Yeah. Throw this list in again. And nothing happened. Oh, because we had that commented out. All right, let's try it again. Oh man, that was so cool. It totally works. Nice. But it opens them way too fast because, yeah, that's not going to work. So we need to think through how quickly we're opening these, I think. Maybe not. Whatever, right? Doesn't matter too much. Oh, this is version 1, right? But let's do the final thing. So what I really want to do is if it is valid, right? Like let's do something here. Maybe we should send it to Sheets. You tell me. If you want to see that, leave some comments and I'll build it. For now, it's late. I'm going to think about something else for a minute. Maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe I won't. But we'll save this code. You don't need to watch me do that. So I'll stop sharing later.